when after Pearl Harbor, without questioning anybody or anything like this, and they rounded us all up and put us into camps. And this is how our evacuation got started. From there, we went to Poston, Arizona. They called them relocation camp, I called them concentration camps. And I was quite aggravated because of the fact I figure myself as an American. And I haven't done anything, and how can they treat me like I was an enemy? And this is when they came around and asked for volunteers to form the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, which was going to be an all Japanese American combat team. I was so surprised that almost everybody was for volunteering. I volunteered too. And with us, it was, well, we've got to prove to the United States people that we are just as much Americans as they are, if not more. When we were in France and the Vosges Forest, that was one of the most hellish place you can fight a war. When the Germans would fire the 88s, they fired it into the trees, and you get that tree burst that comes straight down at us. And we had taken quite a beating. Like the company I was with, we ended up by having 17 people. So they immediately took us out of line, and the 36th Division came in and replaced us. One of the units got surrounded by the Germans. So we were immediately called back to go in and try to rescue them. When we went in, we had something like almost 300 men. When we finally made the rescue, we had 17 men left. The 36th Division has never forgotten this. They couldn't understand how a small group like us was able to get through and make the rescue when they still had 3 times the amount of men we had, and they couldn't move. We would take that extra chance for somebody else wouldn't. And this is the reason why we got through. We were sent back to Italy again, but our artillery, they were the ones that went into Germany. They were the first ones to reach Dachau, the concentration camp of Jews. And that is in the history books. The Japanese Americans coming into Dachau and rescuing all of them. A lot of those guys who were in the 522, their parents are in a concentration camp in the United States, but they have to go over to Europe and rescue the Jews that are in concentration camps. You know, that's something I think everybody should think about. And Truman took over. We immediately got a Congressional Medal of Honor for one of our men. And President Truman turned around and gave a speech on how great of an outfit we were.
You fought not only the enemy, but you fought prejudice, and you've won. Keep up that fight, and we'll continue to win.
And he pinned a special medal on our flag. Can you imagine the pride everybody must have felt? That makes me feel like I'm a special American.